Hello. Today I will be doing a tier list on the travel bucket list. Basically, I'll be going through every country and pretty much deciding if I'm going to go, if I'm going to go soon or later or not at all. Or maybe I just don't know enough about the country yet. That's why I'll be looking for comments. Perhaps you can share something about some of these destinations and I can learn something. Again, I don't have any issues with any of these countries or any of the people from the countries. It may just be political reasons. Maybe I can't go due to visa reasons, or in the case of one country, I actually cannot go legally by my own nation, United States of America. Our own laws do not allow our citizens to go to North Korea. So that would be an example of a no. I've also put not applicable for any reason. If it doesn't really fit any other categories, I'll be putting it in the NA. So let's just get started here. And we have a country picker wheel. So let's spin the wheel. Marshall Islands. Very interesting. This is actually one I'm very into, very excited about, and yeah, this is a great place. I don't know much about it, but I just know it's very good. If you have any information, put in the comments. Again, this is very on my list, not only to visit, but possibly live, possibly work, have a business, just make it my home. So that's a Pacific nation, many islands. Happy to see that. So let's go ahead and we'll spin again. I'm going to remove that. We'll slowly be removing all of these countries. Okay, let's spin again. Kuwait. Kuwait's interesting to me. Their currency, I believe, has, it's not to say it's the most valuable, but it has like the lowest denomination of any country, meaning each individual unit of that currency is just more valuable, which I find that interesting. It kind of brings up a debate about does that even matter? I never thought it did, but it's an interesting concept, you know. If each unit is inherently more valuable than any other currency on earth, what's that say about the currency? Well, I don't know too much about Kuwait. I know they're an ally, and I'm sure it's a beautiful place. I'm interested. I'm interested. I don't know too much about the culture of any of the region, really. I find it interesting. I don't know much about the religion or anything like that. I've never even been to that area, so it's a bit of a mystery to me, which I like that. I like that very much. So we'll keep that in the interested. Again, put in the comments if you have any information for me, or if you've been to Kuwait. I know there's a military presence there. And I mentioned the currency. It probably speaks leaps and bounds about the country and the people. And thanks for being a U.S. ally. If you're in Kuwait, time to spin the wheel. All right, Comoros. Comoros. Well, it's an Indian Ocean nation. Beautiful flag. I love the variety of colors, and I don't know much about this one either. I'm interested. I like the fact that it's island nation. I'm sure it's absolutely stunning. Oh, wow. It looks like a beautiful, beautiful place. And I know that the Indian Ocean has some of the warmest water in the world. So I like to swim. I'm sure I would find that great. So I'm going to keep it in interested, but definitely something to think about. Okay, next up, Guinea. I don't know much. I know it's in Africa, West Africa. And I don't know much about Guinea, but I'm sure there's natural beauty, and I'm sure the people are great. I don't know much. I'll keep it don't know because I know less about Guinea than Comoros and Kuwait. But if I'm going to be visiting every country in the world, which is quite a goal, I'd have to learn about it. And yeah, excited to do that. If you know anything, leave a comment. Interesting, there's Equatorial Guinea. I never even thought about it really. You have Guinea and then you have Equatorial Guinea. Interesting. And then Guinea-Bissau. I knew that there was Guinea and Guinea-Bissau, but I guess I never made the connection that there's also Equatorial Guinea. Let's spin again. Next up, we have Hungary. Now, Budapest is one place I do want to visit. I've heard it's a fabulous city, wonderful nightlife. Let's go. Yeah, if I'm doing a European trip, I can't leave off Hungary. That Budapest is just a place I've heard is affordable, wonderful nightlife, and I don't know a ton about it, but I've heard it has good nightlife, and I'm sure there's a fascinating history there. Spin again. Uruguay. Now, I have been here, and I absolutely love it, and I want to go back. I want to go back for sure. I visited when I was on my study abroad trip to Buenos Aires. We crossed over to Montevideo. Well, we crossed over to Colonia, and me and my friend, one of my friends from the trip, we took a night trip over to Montevideo, and that really wasn't within the rules of the program, but we did it. And the superintendent of the program, she was not very happy with me and my friend, but well, it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. Colonia was great as well. It's a beach town. You can take a ferry from Buenos Aires, and it's a wonderful place. A lot like Argentina, but it's got its own thing going on. And I will definitely be back to Uruguay. Time to spin the wheel. Estonia. I love their flag. The white, blue, and black. It's a unique combination. And I just love the flag. It's unique. It actually represents the sky, snow, and then a layer of black trees. So that gives you any idea about what the nature looks like. I'm sure it's stunning. I've heard it's just a great place to be. Bam Margera, he's got a thing with Estonia. And it seems like a very cool place to be. Kind of like a magical, medieval style castles and historic architecture, and I'm sure it's the place to be. I would definitely love to be there. And Tallinn. It looks like a storybook, romantic place. So Bam Margera has an e-residency in Estonia. Oh, that's a good idea if you're starting a business. Why not do it through an e-residency in Estonia? Very cool, very cool. Yeah, Estonia is a let's go. If I do a European trip, or when I do it, I would like to go to Estonia. Let's spin again. And again, I'd love to go to every country if possible. It's quite the goal. I know some YouTubers have done it. I've been very successful with that. Mauritania, I've been hearing about this place. I've been seeing it last few days. And I heard about it on an older movie on TV. They mentioned it. And I started thinking, wow, hasn't ever been on my radar at all, but now I've been seeing it. And it's right there, by Morocco, Northern Africa. I don't know much about it. I just feel like it's a beautiful place. I'm sure that there's beautiful mountains and deserts and beautiful culture. What is it, Berber? A lot of Berber speakers. And yeah, I'll put it on my interest, especially because it's been calling me. And yeah, I know next to nothing about it. I'm sure it's just beautiful. know about the safety or. So you have coastal region, Saharan, Sahelian. I could not have even told you what the capital was. Nouakchott looks like. Never been on my radar till just recently, so. Avoid political gatherings and demonstrations. I have some areas I should not travel to at all. High risk of kidnapping. Yeah, these are the places that you need to know what you're doing, what you're getting into. Yeah, it would be a difficult place to be, I'm sure, but if you're trying to do every country, I guess you find a way. I may move it to, since I'm seeing the travel advisor, I may move it to don't know. But it's still on my radar. And we'll be spinning the wheel once again. Let's go. Yeah, leave a comment. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you subscribe, I've got this widget set up where hopefully it will say that you subscribed. But as you can see at the bottom screen, I'm at 220. So every subscription matters, and I cannot wait to get to 1,000. It's been my goal. Okay, now we have Tanzania, which I've heard a lot about. I know it's got some beautiful nature. I believe the highest point in Africa is there or on the border. And I'm interested in nature and safaris, seeing interesting things like that. So I'd say it's on my interested list. I think it's one of the safer places to be in Africa. That being said, I don't know how soon I would go. I think it's with Kuwait. Interested. We could probably add even another row. Sort of between interested and don't know. Sort of like, what would we call that? I'm interested, somewhat interested. But I don't know if I'm going to be running there tomorrow or anything. But like I said, educate me in the comments. Maybe it's the best place I don't know about and I need to go. Like tomorrow. I mean, again, I'm just using the information I have in my mind and my own personal beliefs. But I'm sure all these are great places with great people. And if you're watching this, I want you to know that I respect and love you. And I'm trying to learn more and more about each and every country on this list. And I'd love to hear from you. So reach out. Help me make my dreams come true. So Tanzania is somewhat interested. The nature aspect appeals to me. I'm sure it's another wonderful destination. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Belarus. In the past, I actually looked on workaway.info, which is a website with different experiences and opportunities around the world for volunteering and that sort of thing. And I remember that I saw one, it was an apple farm in Belarus, and that appealed to me. At one point, I wanted to learn Russian or an Eastern language. and Belarus seemed like the place. Now, with the current political climate, that's one of the, I believe there's only 5 countries that Americans need a visa to go to. And Belarus is one of them, with Russia, China. There's a few others. But that's one of the ones where I suppose it's a bit more difficult. I don't want to say it was the only ones that need a visa, but let's check this here. So this is Nomad Capitalist, which is a website and an organization. They've got some very good information for people interested in traveling, living, working abroad. So here's the passport comparison. Let's see if we can find this. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So I'll put United States passport, which I have, and we'll see. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's not really working. Let's see. Select passport. You know, it might be improved. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with that one. Back to the tier list. We have Belarus. Here we go. Yeah, just with the current climate, I would love to go if possible. I'm reluctant based on the political climate and the fact that it's a little harder for Americans to go. So for that reason, I'll put reluctant. But we'll see how that is in the future. And again, I'd love to visit this place, but right now I have it in reluctant based on the political climate and my passport. Here we go. United States. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So I have, as you can see, quite a few options visa free and many more visa on arrivals and things like that. The 5 countries that typically come up on here are China, Russia, Belarus, Iran, and Venezuela. The other ones are visa on arrival, things like that. For instance, if I add United Arab Emirates, which is a strong passport, that adds quite a bit of mobility. Yemen, Syria, Sudan, Nauru. So those 5 countries I mentioned, Belarus, Russia, China, Iran, and Venezuela, for most Western passports, those are more difficult. For instance, let me remove this one and put UK. So UK would add Belarus, Venezuela, and for instance, Dominica would add Benin, China, Iran, Russian Federation. You imagine having these three, that would be. Then if we add India, that's going to add Bhutan, Myanmar. And if I was going to add a fifth one to make it just the best five you can imagine, many of these northern African countries, they don't have, I think Algeria and Libya do each other. So if we add a fifth one, just to try to max out the number of countries, let's go with Algeria. And okay, that's adding quite a few. So here we have 185. I think that's as high as I've ever been able to get playing around with these passports. That's as good as it gets, I think, for any combination that I've been able to find. Yes, you see that Singapore. That would add quite a bit more than UK if you conjunction with the US, but then it doesn't add overall. We still have 186. Yeah, if you go back, well, actually that's even higher. So Singapore, United States, let's even go to Algeria. Yeah, as you can see, if you're at 186, I think that's as high as I was able to get using this website. Hypothetical groupings of 5 different passports. So Belarus, again, that's reluctant for now. Time to spin the wheel. Zambia. I love their flag. It's very unique. But this country, I believe, it's got some improvement. You know, I don't know a lot about it. I feel like I've heard that there's corruption, and that can happen anywhere, I suppose. But yeah, I'm sure it's great. Don't know much about it. I'll quit it don't know because kind of like these other nations in the don't know category, I don't know enough to really say much about it. Maybe you know. Let me know in the comments. Maybe it's the best place I don't know about. But, you know, for a safari or just exploring, could be great. We'll keep it in don't know. Time to spin the wheel. The T country, Taiwan. Taiwan is on my radar, absolutely. I feel like it'd be easier to go to than China, and you still get to experience that Chinese culture. So I definitely, on any East Asia trip, would like to go there and do it soon and support Taiwan. And they have absolutely stunning nature. Sure, the people are great, food's amazing, and the weather's great. Any East Asia trip, they would be on my let's go radar. Maybe not as quite as other East Asian nations. For that reason, we can move it down to let's go. Because there's a couple of other Asian nations I think I'd want to go to even sooner. So we'll keep them in let's go. Well, we don't want to hurt their feelings. We'll keep them in let's go now because I support them and I want to learn as much as possible about Taiwan. So, very good. Taiwan, here I come. Norway, another important ally. Beautiful fjords, Arctic nation. I know there's a lot of military cooperation. I think Norway would be a great place. As far as other European destinations, I think I'd still maybe not quite as high as Estonia and Hungary at this point. We'll put it interested. And as far as other Nordic nations, I think there's some others that I'd rather go to first. But yeah, that I could be swayed. Let me know in the comments if I just need to be in Norway. And I'm interested in learning more and more about it. Time to spin. Dominica, we just mentioned Dominica. They also have the passport program, which you may know something about. I would love to obtain one of the 5 Caribbean passports through their programs. If I had the means, I would certainly be interested. And Dominica was the one, when I did my research, that was the one I was most interested in of the Caribbean community passports and citizenships. And I love their flag. I believe it's called the Nature Island or something like that. Natural Island. In the Caribbean, it's just known for being a beautiful, stunning place, especially if you want to just go experience the rainforest and waterfalls, things like that. Their flag's great. It has the purple bird. Yeah. Let's go to Dominica. Let's go now. Any kind of Caribbean trip, I think I would be considering them among the top countries to go to. They're with Marshall Islands and in the top for me right now. Dominica, you're awesome. Time to spin. Palau. That's going to be in the top. That's going to be with Marshall Islands. I've heard I believe it's the most fastest growing economic country in the world right now. And this should be sitting next to Taiwan. I know these two countries, from what I've seen, they seem to have a special relationship. I don't know much about that, but I'll have to do some research. And them being one of the top economic gainers within the past few years, that's really incredible. Really incredible. So Palau's getting some major kudo points for that. I'd like to see. kudos to Palau. Time to spin. Cuba. Well, right now, I'd love to be able to go to Cuba. It's a bit difficult for Americans. They have some different kind of banking system where it'd be tough for me to access my bank and that sort of thing. Maybe on a tour it'd be cool. For that reason, I'm reluctant. With the right situation, I would love to go. I'm not going to say no. But right now, with the current climates, I'm going to put it with reluctant. But I do want to. Just a matter of making it happen. But I'm surely interested in maybe one day. And I've heard wonderful things about Cuba. Andorra. Now they speak Catalan, and they're situated between France and Spain. So it's in a wonderful region. I don't know if I'm there. I want to be at the beach and this sort of thing. Not really. I don't know. For some reason, it's not appealing to me too much. I don't know much about them, but as far as a European trip, I don't know if I'm going for the sake of going to every country. Yes. So we'll put don't know. Maybe somewhat interested. Somewhat interested. Again, if I'm in Barcelona, maybe I just have to be there. Maybe it's just the best place ever. If it's anything like France and Spain, I'm sure it's wonderful. So yeah, I'm somewhat interested. I'm somewhat interested. Again, if you know anything about Andorra, if you're from there, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can make a friend from there and I'll come visit. And I just don't know how great it is. Botswana. Okay. Again, it has the same colors as the Estonian flag for the most part. I'm sure it's for if you're in Southern Africa. It's great. They have quite a strong economy for Africa and standards, and so we'll put somewhat interested on that one. Spin the wheel. Okay, Solomon Islands. I don't know much about them. I know they're in South Pacific, somewhat near Australia. I don't know a ton about them. But I like Pacific Islands. I like tropical islands. And maybe not as much as Comoros, but I'd say somewhat interested. Definitely, I'm sure they have beautiful beaches and all of that. Time to spin. Okay, South Sudan. We're one of the newest countries of the world. And I don't know a ton about them. Here it is. Definitely quite a few colors on the flag, but I don't know. I don't know. That might be the lowest one yet. As far as no offense to anybody in South Sudan. Again, a lot of these countries I don't know. I don't know much about. Just I've heard there's a lot of warfare going on there, and that sort of thing. So yeah. That being said, that might be a no. Well, all these countries, we can even add another category like below reluctant, because if I'm trying to do a really go to every country like a you know like some of the YouTubers have done, I guess you have to really put yourself out there. So I don't want to say no because it's probably easier to get there than some other countries. I think I think America. I don't think there's any problem with United States citizens going. Um, yeah, it doesn't seem to reset this. So yeah, you can see I can go there. I can go there with a passport. So it's not that I'm reluctant for any political reasons. Um, yeah, it shouldn't be hard to visit. What can we call this? Kind of like less than reluctant. What's beyond reluctant? I'm just meh, maybe meh. I don't. Maybe it can be kind of a meh. I just don't know if it'd be more like these can be the ones that would just be like going just for the sake of going, like to try to do every country. Like Drew Binsky and some other YouTubers have done a lot of countries. I know Drew Binsky has done like all of the countries. So it's a meh. It's a meh. And it could be the best thing ever. Like I said, I don't. Let me know in the comments because I don't want to offend anybody. I just don't know what I would do. I mean, I like nightlife. I like beaches and that sort of thing, and meeting people. Which is I'm sure there's great people there. Legally. I mean, if I want to be, drinking or something. I don't know. I'm not even drinking right now. So yeah, who knows on that one. I'm sure it's a fabulous place. We'll put it reluctant. Oh, those flags kind of match Cuba and South Sudan a little bit. Okay, it's reluctant. It's reluctant. Next country, Latvia. Another Baltic nation. We had Estonia, now we have Latvia. There's a special region of Latvia that they speak their own language and things like that. Yeah, let's go. Learn more about it. Maybe Estonia is higher, but I like both. Yeah, why not? That's kind of like with Norway, maybe. I'm interested a little bit. Okay. Spin the wheel. Okay, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is another Caribbean nation. I believe it's one of the 5 that have the passports you can get. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know Dominica's one, Grenada's one. Here it is. Yeah, it's another Caribbean nation. I'm sure it's great. If I'm doing a tour of the Caribbean, I'm going to put it on my list. There we go. And it could be the best thing ever. Just I don't know that, but what's not to like? It's time to spin the wheel. Sweden. Okay, another Baltic nation, or another Nordic nation. Yeah, it's a bit like Norway to me. I don't know much distinction. I've heard there's a lot of, I guess, not so great, not so people you'd want to meet, maybe like that. But I mean, there's probably some great people too. Maybe it's a don't know. Because I don't have any specific desire to go to Sweden, but it could be the best thing ever. I just don't know. And I like nightlife and exploring and all that jazz. You know, maybe it's. I would say it's like a Norway, a little bit like Norway. So, yeah, I'm somewhat interested. I don't know much though. And we have Austria. And I've been a long time ago when I was a kid and found it wonderful. Found it wonderful. Am I dying to go back? Not sure, but yeah, on a European trip, it doesn't jump out as one of the places I want to definitely go right away. But sure, it's a great place. Austrian people, I'm sure they're great people, and you can have a lot of fun there. I kind of feel the same way I feel about it as. I never had a chance to go to. Uh, what's the big capital there? It's slipping my mind right now, but kind of like a central hub of Eastern Central Europe. The big city there, Vienna. yeah, for that reason, it's like Hungary, you know, a little bit like Hungary or Norway. I would say I'd rather go to a place like Hungary for affordability and that kind of thing. So I think it fits in with Andorra and Sweden. Okay. And again, all these places are wonderful places with wonderful people, and I want to know everything and know all of them. Feel free to sway me in any kind of way in the comments. Reach out to me. Lebanon, wow. Now, I would say more than a lot of other countries. I think there's probably some great people to meet there and beautiful women, diverse, you know, religiously and speaking English. A lot of people, I'm sure, and yeah, I'd love to. That might be the top so far, you know. Um, yeah, who knows? That could be a hidden gem. That could be the place. I don't know a ton about it, but from what I know, it's very appealing to me. So let me know in the comments. I need to know more about it. Reach out. Maybe I can come visit and we can do a YouTube video. Just reach out. I want to go to all these places. I want to meet everybody, and you're special. You're watching this, you're special no matter where you're from. I wish you the best, and that we can all come together as a global humanity and make the world a better place. Ethiopia. So I've heard good things about it. A lot of history there. Yeah, what's not to like? And let me just check something here. Yeah, that's a place I can go visa free or visa on arrival, something like that. E-visa, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. How soon do I want to go? Not sure. It's kind of like Kuwait for me. Or maybe even don't know. Just because I don't know how soon or... Yeah, it's a step above some other places. Maybe with Tanzania and Botswana. But I'm definitely not to go. They have some beautiful nature, people, and history. So they have some beautiful forest. They have a lot of religious diversity, or religious history, I should say. Yeah, that's some beautiful stuff. Okay, next country, Nigeria. Well, that's one country that's going to be in the next century increasing a ton of population and significance in West Africa and the world. Yeah, I don't know, at the same time, people online, I've met Nigerians, I know they have a bad reputation, but a lot of them are really cool at least the ones I've talked to online. Um, I'm in a Facebook group with a lot of people from Nigeria, aspiring rappers, musicians, and they've been like really, really cool with me. So for that reason, we can put them on interested, maybe for financial reasons or something. Who knows? I mean, maybe it's just the best place ever for me. I mean, with the geopolitical significance, I don't mind putting them on interested. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Vatican City. Well, I'm not Catholic. I respect them and what they do. I love Catholic churches and going in them and things like that, but I've never been baptized as Catholic. But at the same time, it's okay. It'd be cool to see the Pope, and it's the world's smallest sovereign nation, I believe, by quite a bit, actually. So, if I was in Rome, I would have to go. If I'm doing a Europe trip, I'd stay there. If I'm in the area, yeah, I'd like to go. We can put them with Nigeria. I'm interested. Okay. I just took them off, so yeah, let's spin. Okay, now this is one of my favorite places ever. I love it. I could see myself living there one day. I could see myself becoming a citizen of Argentina. And I know it's possible there. And if you have any details for me, let me know, because I'd like to find out more about that. And I could see myself living there. I love it. It's got to be number one at this point of all these countries we've talked about so far. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Love it. Want to go back. Think about it all the time. Buenos Aires is just wonderful. And yeah, it's the top so far. Slovenia. So that's partially on the Adriatic Sea, borders Italy, Croatia. I don't have any specific desire to go to Slovenia. I believe that the First Lady is from there. And I can't think of her name right now for some reason. First Lady Trump, First Lady. What is her name? I should definitely know this. Melania. Melania. So Melania is from Slovenia. I don't have any specific reason to go, but she's the First Lady. And for that reason, we can show some love. Maybe you don't like Trump. Maybe you love Trump. Let me know in the comments. It's funny. I don't think people should be worried about these tariffs. I think he's got a plan. We're suffering, everyone's suffering from him, but over 50 nations I just read have reached out to try to negotiate a zero tariffs. So yeah, I mean, I'm with Trump. I'm with Trump right now. I mean, if 50 countries have reached out trying to reach a zero tariff trade deal, free trade, that's already paying off leaps and bounds already. So yeah, I mean, it's not a pretty thing, but who says it has to be? I mean, what's pretty, what's, polite, what is, that has no meaning to me. I mean, you just get it done, and we want people to respect the office of the presidency in our nation. So yeah, there can be a non-couth, uncouth way and a couth way. I don't know if I said those words right, but you know, we should be respecting our president and the world, and we should be backing Trump to some degree, maybe fully, because I think that he has not crossed the line. People make him out to be like people in history, terrible people, but I don't think he's like that. I think he comes from a different world, a world of business and things like that. So no matter what the optics of it are, which could be improved, I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that. But let's all do this together, and that's my 2 cents on that. But I'm standing with Trump on a lot of issues. Not everything. I don't think he's perfect, but no one's perfect. The world's not perfect. No country's perfect. As far as some of the things he says and does, what can we do as a nation? What should we do as a nation? Those are my questions. Okay, Slovenia. Let's put it at. Definitely, it's going to be. Let's go. Let's go. It's for Melania. Let's go. I don't have any burning desire to go there, but let's just show some love. Okay, Equatorial Guinea, we had just talked about. There's another Guinea. There's Guinea-Bissau. And I just made the connection that there's actually Equatorial Guinea, which is kind of cool. I think even the word Guyana, South America, and French Guinea, Guyana, I don't know if those come from the same word or that's a whole another topic. We can maybe do a YouTube video about that. Hopefully I got some subscribers, some likes. I don't even know how many people are tuning in or anything like that. Leave a comment or like or subscribe, and I got a little widget that's supposed to like pop up on the screen. We can test to see if that even works. So just subscribe and we'll see. It makes a little funny noise and stuff. Equatorial Guinea. Where are we at here? Here we go. They speak Spanish, so I'll give them some love for that. I'm a Spanish speaker, learning, somewhat bilingual. So that would help, me want to go there. So within Africa, it's an expensive place. I've seen that's very expensive. But just being a Spanish-speaking country, we'll give them some credit for that. Right here sounds good. Okay. It's time to spin the wheel. Guyana. Well, actually, I'm interested in Guyana. Being in South America, I've never been. I've been to a lot of other South American countries. I think, let me count, Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay. I didn't go with a visa or anything, but I did. I was on the territory. Chile, Ecuador, Peru, Colombia. So I've been to 8 of 13 countries. Well, I've been to France, but not. I've not been to French Guyana. Guyana, we can do French Guyana too. I don't think it's going to be on the spin the wheel. I'm interested. The rainforest, and they're like Palau. They're just booming economically, and they speak English. Let's go now. Let's go. And then France Guyana. Yeah, I support them. They're Amazon rainforest, which is awesome. Looks a little like that flag, but so yeah, we'll put them with Guyana. Put them with Guyana. There we go. Well, maybe yeah, why not? We'll show some love. All right, spin the wheel. And again, I got love for all these countries and the people. But you know, it's a tier list. It's more like where do I want to go tomorrow? Because if I want to do every country, I have to find a way to. Monaco, Monaco. Now, I've been having dreams about Monaco. I don't know if it's actually Monaco. It's like that part of the world, like the Mediterranean. I had a dream. It was like Monaco meets. I feel like it was my dream was like Spain or something, but it was just like Monaco meets whatever's next to that. Just like I just envisioned like this endless coast with houses and just like a road going down it until it just you get further and further away from like a place like Monaco or something. And again, I don't know if that was actually a real place. I just had a dream about that. And I feel like it was Monaco in my dream meets like Spain or something. But yeah, for that reason, they're a part of any Europe trip, like that region. That's like exactly where I want to go. There we go. It was in my dream, so right towards the top. Okay. Monaco, take them off. Time to spin. Malta. Okay, they speak English in the Mediterranean. They got some really cool history, different kind of old structures, and I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful women and sun and beaches, and that's all good stuff. So how can that not be the top tier? Oops. And they speak, I suppose, Maltese, but English is it's an English country, you know. So we gotta give them some credit for that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go now. Spin again. Gabon. Don't know much about Gabon. Just know it's in Africa, West Africa. Yeah, I don't know much. I would say kind of like Guinea. Just for the safety. You know, we can look on the travel advisories. And any countries that are kind of like on that. Let's see, level 4. Do not travel list. Okay, so maybe we can just go through any countries on the no do not travel. Actually, South Sudan is on that list. It might be a good exercise to just put all those countries in the no for now. Because I don't want to just be dismissive of it. I mean, we can add we'll have one like, just call it travel advisories or something. U.S. It's not that I'm just like, no, it's more like extreme caution. Level 4 advisory. And that is do not travel. So there's a level 4 advisory, do not travel to South Sudan. Sudan. I don't even know what Sudan's flag looks like right now for some reason. Can't picture it. I think it's the pan-Arab colors. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. And then Burkina Faso, Mali. Where's Burkina Faso? There it is. Burkina Faso and Mali. I'm sure they're all very fascinating places. You know, if Drew Binsky went there, he found a way. Some of the places he went, he's spoken and said that they weren't his favorites and things like that. I mean, maybe didn't even like some of the places. I want to say that some of these might have been on that. Some of the African locations he said were just not very, I guess, just difficult places in general. I'll have to look up some of those. Okay, Myanmar. Again, I mean, I'm sure Myanmar's got some great stuff about it. You know, it's right next to Thailand and all this. And just political reasons. But, you know, with the right mindset, and especially if you're trying to do every country, I guess you got to find a way. And for right now, it's probably not on my list. Again, with Russia, in the past I've wanted to go and study Russian even, but that's just a no right now for me. That's just like my own. I don't need the state advisory for that one. And then North Korea, literally, I can't legally even go. So, maybe a tour would have been interesting. I've studied Korean and all this. But yeah, just not on my radar. Haiti, Libya. Let's see, North Korea's got to be just a no. Just because it's illegal for me to go, and it would be too risky. And then, did we miss quite a few? Well, Ukraine right now. And I actually do want to go to Ukraine. What would that level 4 advisory? We could put it on that list for now. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, it's just got to be a no right now. Well, it's more for the advisory. Some of these actually would go, I would go, I just made a new category just to highlight some of these. Somalia, that's not on my list, really. That's a level 4. Yeah, Ukraine's almost more of a, I would go to certain parts of it. Maybe we can put it here. But just to highlight, it's a level 4 advisory. Iraq, actually Belarus is too. Then Iraq is, I think, I just saw Syria. Where's, yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll just pick a random country here. Pakistan. I'm interested in Pakistan. I don't know much about the, no more dictionary. I don't know much about Islam or anything. Seems like a beautiful place. I'm sure there's stunning women, and I don't know what it's like dating a Muslim woman, or if I get executed or something. I don't even know. Put in the comments if you've tried that, or if it's even worth it, or who knows. But I've seen some beautiful, physically beautiful women. I just don't know about the legality, or if you end up getting executed or something. I don't even know. But Pakistan, you may be watching this saying it's wonderful people. There's a lot to like. Who knows? Maybe go start a business. I think they have a very good legal climate in a lot of these Islamic nations, with taxes and things like that. Who knows? Maybe it's actually possible to do some things there. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested. I just need to know more. But it's on my list. Palestine. Well, I'm going to put them with Israel regardless, and I do want to. Israel's on my top. I just really want to go there for some reason and experience it. So we'll just keep them together. I don't know much politically, but Israel and Palestine, I guess they're together. So, and I want to go to Israel. I guess that means Palestine probably cannot go. Because I want to go to Israel. Do another random country. Belize, that's my top. That's on my top. I've been to Mexico. I've been to the Caribbean part of Mexico, so I've been very close to Belize. And it's a great area. This might even be better for me. Not better or worse, just it might be in that realm. It's English speaking. Just a lot going on. You know, maybe I can afford to buy myself a private island there one day. That'd be awesome. This kind of stuff you dream about. So what did we miss for the do not travel? Haiti, Central African, say Lebanon? Huh. Apparently Lebanon's a do not travel right now. Wow, I didn't know that. Probably due to some of the war going on over there. Maybe some parts are okay. I feel like at the same time you got to sort of be a part of the like Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. You know, easier said than done. I don't want to get myself killed. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to anything like that. But yeah, the more I can learn, that would be wonderful. So DRC Congo or DR Congo. Yeah, I mean, that's another example. I'd love to go there. They got beautiful rainforests and all this. But I know there's warfare going on there with Rwanda and things like that. But I still want to go. So Mexico is a level 4. Well, that's other. I don't know. They break it down by state. Mexican states. And I've spent a lot of time in Mexico. And I love it. Love the people, love the country. Iran, I want to go to Iran. At least I can go to Sisi Island. Visa free. Is it Sisi, right? I always misspell it. It's Quiche. I don't know why I always think it's Sisi Island. Quiche Island. I never get that right, but it's an island in the Gulf that you don't need a visa to go, so I can make my Iran trip happen without worrying about a visa. If you just wanted to check it off the bucket list, it's possible. You know, try to do the every country in the world thing. That would be too cool. And, you know, who knows, maybe the YouTube channel will pick up. If I can get to that 1,000 subscriber, I can get monetized. You know, I'm starting to get more views, more view time. And I'm getting more and more views. I can get 4,000 hours of watch time, which I'm at. Just that some of my videos are a little repetitive. The ambient light videos don't count, I don't think. So I'm going to be making more and more content like this. And hopefully this takes off. Australia, yeah, that's going to be, I want to go for sure. Yeah, I'd like to check out Australia for sure. And I'm going to go to Pakistan. I'm going to move them up. Do another random country. Yeah, leave a comment and like the video. That's going to help our channel grow, like, unimaginably. It's much appreciated. United States, that's my country. Of course, there's a lot I want to see. There's a lot. I'm already here. I can't really put, let's go. I'm already here, so we can make a new category. Just like, I'm here. I know you didn't know that because I could be overseas or whatever. But I'm at home. I'm at home right now. After a lot of time abroad, years abroad. But there's a lot to see in the U.S. I'll make a separate tier list for like U.S. states. Yeah, I'll be making a separate tier list for that. And I hope you tune into that. We can break it down by state. I'm here. I'll be here in the future. When I'm not overseas, I'll be here. I guess that makes sense, unless I'm international waters or something. But yeah, or space. I'm going to take a break here. I will be coming back for part 2, the next part. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe. See that subscribe counter? And I'm going to check, make sure everything looks good on the video. Thank you so much. I'm going to finish this up very shortly. I could just do an intermission. That'd be kind of cool. We do an intermission, like the one from Gone with the Wind. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, guys, I'm back. And gals. Everybody, I'm back. I'm back. Back for more. We don't have any med countries at all. That's a good thing. I don't know. We don't need med. Maybe not. Maybe there'll be a med country. You know, we got some of the travel advisory countries. And I think I got them all. And then level 3. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have your wits about you. So I see Ethiopia is on there. You know, that might even bump them down. That could potentially bump them down. We'll leave them for now, but yeah. At this point, let's do another random country. The Gambia, interesting shaped country, follows a river in Western Africa. I don't have a burning desire to go. I'm not opposed to it. But yeah, I don't see them being too high on my list. For that reason, they could be meh, maybe. I mean, I don't really want to have a meh. Maybe right there. And I think just seeing Ethiopia on the level 3 advisory, I probably should move them down. Now, Papua New Guinea, interesting if you're into ecology and you know, obviously culture. The ecology is just fascinating to me. And I think they might be on the travel advisory. Yeah, they're level 3, kind of like Ethiopia. Yeah, I mean, I could put both these countries on. I'm interested, but they are level 3. Okay, North Macedonia. That's an interesting place, you know, off the beaten path somewhat. European, I suppose, Balkan. Yeah, I mean, I think that could be a lot of fun. I put them with other European countries. Like if I did a European trip, maybe I don't know as much about it. I'm not trying to go like tomorrow, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting to me. Hong Kong, China. Well, you know, I don't have any burning desire, but if you wanted to do China, I suppose it's one of the better options in China. You know, I got Taiwan on my let's go now. I don't think I'll put Hong Kong that high. And I'm not even seeing them. Here they are. China, Hong Kong. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't. It's a city, you know. It's a big city. I don't know if I'm having any burning desire. Kind of a somewhat interested. right there. Okay, next country. I can go through, and so we've done Afghanistan, Australia, Belize, Burkina Faso, CAR, DR Congo, Haiti, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Mali. Did we talk about Mali? Yep. Yep. Myanmar. I'm interested, but be in the travel level 4 advisory. Sudan. Yep. I need to add Syria. All right. 140 left. And there might be some other ones that aren't on this wheel. Guinea-Bissau. Yeah, no particular desire. Kind of like don't know. Let's see. Kyrgyzstan, Central Asia, former Soviet Republic. I think it's an interesting place near China and interesting off the beaten path elevation. No burning. Well, I would say. If you're doing every country, that would be one definitely possible. Yeah, you can see U.S. passport, visa free for all of Central Asia, minus Turkmenistan. But yeah, that's one of the ones that I don't think there's a. Let's see what it says about Kyrgyzstan. Okay, so normal level 1. Seems like a very safe place. Yep, safe and beautiful flag. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. I think right here. Interesting. Let's do one for sure from North America. Okay, Guatemala. I love Guatemala. I've been there several times. And it's great. And I'd like to go back. There's a hippie town on the lake. I believe it's Atitlan Lake. And it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. I'd like to go to that hippie town and just do healing and yoga, meet people. Yeah, Guatemala's, it's on there. It's on there for sure. Let's do some more North America. Okay, well, we've talked about Belize, and that's a place that's on my radar for sure. One day I want a private island there, or Panama. El Salvador, okay. Crypto using, and they've had some political stuff going on. Apparently it's a lot safer now. But I'm not sure about El Salvador. You know, really beautiful women and beaches. So, you know, it's on my let's go. It's with the political stuff going on, maybe not so stoked at this moment, but I like it. Volcanoes, and I went through the airport there in San Salvador, and it was a wonderful airport. So if that speaks for the country. Okay, St. Kitts and Nevis. Here's another one of those 5 Caribbean nations that offer passports to, well, for the right price. It's between like 150 and 250,000, something like that. St. Kitts and Nevis is a interesting option. You know, another great Caribbean destination. So it's on the radar. It's on my radar. It's a little bit like St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Okay, let's spin again. Focusing on North America. Mexico. I've spent more time there than every other country except for USA. And it's got a lot of good things about it. But I don't know. I got love for Mexico. I got love. It's part of my life, you know. I'm here. In spirit. In spirit, I'm here in Mexico. So yeah. I don't know when I'll be back. Nicaragua. I've been wanting to go. So just a matter of making that happen. And they got a lot that I want to do and see. They have some political stuff going on. Well, I can't speak on that. I guess you don't know until you go, but I wanted to go now. I was planning on it. I was planning on going. So there we go. Panama. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'd like to go. I want a private island there, really. Like Belize. Belize, Panama private island. It's a good goal. Okay, St. Lucia. That's another one of those investment or citizenship by something. I don't know what they call it, but you can get citizenship for the right price, somewhere around $200,000, and that opens up the Caribbean community. You could live and work in any CC nation, which would be pretty awesome. And like I said, let's see what if you add a St. Lucian passport to a U.S. passport. I mean, that opens up Venezuela and Iran. Then Dominica, China. That's the one I would probably get. I'd like to have them both. I'd like to have all 5 of them. If you had the means, why not? St. Kitts or Grenada. Make it yours. That's going to bring me to if you got to have minimum 200,000 ready to have access to, which I don't. I'm going to get there though. I am working on it. Like and subscribe. Let's make this a dream a reality. Bahamas. Okay, that's high on the bucket list. Being so close to my country and just the sheer beauty of it. It's got to be up there. You know. Let's go. Yeah, some of these could be, there could be some overlap. There could be a few moved around a little bit. For now, it's looking good though. Okay, this is one of the other countries that do the citizenship by investment. Antigua and Barbuda. Wow. That one actually opens up China, Venezuela, Russia, Iran, and Belarus. Dominica would add Benin. How about St. Kitts and Nevis? No, that doesn't do anything extra. If you had an Indian passport, that opens up Bhutan and Myanmar. It's a respectable portfolio of passports. Let's see if UK, I don't think that would add anything. How about Libya or something like that? I think I crashed the website. Okay. We've talked about Cuba. Yeah, I think it's great. It'd just be a logistical thing for me. But there's tours, maybe I can get a bank in Canada. Speak of Canada, yeah, that's very high for me. I've been interested in going for the longest time. And yeah, Canada plus US. What can we, I'm not there, but I want to be. Would like to see them with the US. So I'm here. Let's go Canada. I'm supporting Trump. I think he's right about everything going on. And hopefully we can all come to an agreement. But like I said, it's not time to be selfish. Maybe I think it'd be better status quo. But that's a selfish thing, kind of. I mean, the way I see things. Yeah, humanity has to unite, and there's so many roadblocks to business in Canada, and something's got to be done. So I'm actually supporting Trump, despite any sort of selfish motivators. And we've talked about Haiti. Costa Rica, one of my favorites. Yeah, I'll be back. I'd like to be back. Let's go. Okay, that's enough North America now. Let's go to South America. Wow, that's counting a lot of countries from the Caribbean. We've talked about Dominica. I guess they're including Central and the Caribbean. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Big money. Suriname. I've been hearing more about it. I'm interested, very interested. Apparently they speak sort of an English Creole of sorts, not just Dutch. And yeah, geographically very interesting to me. So I haven't been, but it's on my bucket list. I would like to visit, do a video, upload it to YouTube. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's go. See, the Guyanas in South America are all here. Yeah, leave a like. I don't know how many people are tuned in. Apparently, we have somebody watching right now. Maybe they've been watching for a while. Okay, Dominican Republic, very nice. DR. Where are you, Dominican Republic? Yeah, it's on my wish list. Beaches, paradise. Where are you? Ah, there we go. So, yeah, that could be with Costa Rica. Spin the wheel. Okay, Grenada. That's another one of those passport countries in the Caribbean, which I'm giving that credit for that. Yeah, I'd say I'm interested. Maybe about right there. Let's move over to Europe. We've already talked about, just go to all the countries. That's not really looking right. It's resetting every time is what it's doing. So I guess we're done with the wheel for now. Wow, we still got quite a few. Peru. That's another South American. Yeah, I'm interested. I've been there twice. I know there's a lot of good going on there. Let's go. Pitcairn Islands. Now that's a very isolated. If you can get there, it'd be tough to get there. I think you got to take like a ship that only has once a month that goes there. But hey, if you can get there, that would be a great place to visit. Scotland, I'm interested in for sure. Common language, a lot of fun stuff, I'd imagine. So it's way up there. Portugal is supposed to be just wonderful, warm people, warm climate, a lot of English spoken. I'd say for Europe, that's definitely up there. Yeah. Qatar, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. Kind of like Kuwait. Might be cool for what I want to do. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know because it might be kind of draconian, and I don't know much about it. Maybe we'll put it there. Romania, yeah, I'm definitely on the bucket list. I want to see the Transylvania and just. I like that it's affordable. So I'm gonna put them up there. Okay, St. Pierre and Miquelon. Miquelon. Okay, that's near Canada and it's a part of France. I don't really have any desire to go. Rwanda, I'd like to go to Rwanda. I like the rainforest. It's a stable country in Africa. A lot going on. Let's go. Let me find some more let's goes or let's go now. Spain, let's go now. I'd love to go. Some more let's go nows. Yeah, St. Martin, I've been wanting to go. English speaking. Caribbean nation. Yeah, let's go now. Samoa's, if you can get there, I mean, it's a Pacific nation. It's supposed to be just incredible. So I'm into it. Armenia with the history and the geographic region. I'm interested. Maybe I'll meet the Kardashians. Azerbaijan, a little less degree than Armenia, but still somewhat interested. I think I'd rather go to Georgia and Armenia and the Caucasus. It's somewhat up there. And we have a beautiful region just next to Iran that I'd like to see. Now, Kazakhstan, I've heard, is just a gold mine. I'm going to put them, let's go now. For Central Asia. Other Central Asian countries have inferior potassium, just like Borat says, but as far as other Central Asian nations, Turkmenistan is supposed to be kind of a strange place, kind of dictatorial. I'm reluctant. Plus, there's no visa-free access. I'm reluctant. British, this is kind of one of those not applicable. I'd love to go. That's like the military base, UK and US military base. So I don't know how possible it would be. So it's not applicable. Georgia, that's another Caucasus nation that I want to go. I'm ready. I'd like to go start a business, live. So that's up there. Now, Cocos is part of Australia. Put it with Australia. I'm not really dying to go to Cocos Islands though, so somewhat interested maybe. Kind of like, maybe it's a don't know. Serbia, it's been on my radar somewhat. Seems like a cool place. If you want to get to Europe, but not quite the EU, but got some of its own stuff going on. Yeah, England, I love England. Love it. Definitely want to go back. Sort of in my heart, like Mexico, maybe not like Mexico, but am I there? In spirit. Maybe I'm there in spirit. Switzerland. I don't really have any desire to go to Switzerland. I'm sure it's great, tell me in the comments. Maybe I just, just when I think about going to Europe, I don't usually think about going to Switzerland. Love Wales. It's like England. It's got to go with England. China, somewhat reluctant, but yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm interested. I'm interested. Bulgaria, sort of another one of those European countries I just don't think that much about. Trinidad and Tobago apparently has a little bit more danger and does seem cool, but I don't think I'm gonna like try to go there tomorrow or anything. Timor Leste, yeah, near Indonesia, independent country, former Portuguese colony. It's got some stuff to like about it. Eswatini, yeah, for Africa, might be cool. And these are some islands, Sao Tome and Principe. Some islands near Africa. That might be pretty cool for Africa. Africa trip. Just see it all. UAE, Dubai is supposed to be pretty good. I would say interested. It's been on my radar. This Anguilla, part of UK, it seems cool. I want to say they had a big volcano. That's Montserrat? Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I'm sure it's a very desirable destination. Czechia, yeah, I want to go to Prague. That's like a let's go now. Yeah, for the Europe trip. That's on my Europe trip. New Zealand's supposed to be pretty beautiful. That's kind of like Australia for me. Desire to go. Greece doesn't stand out for me as a Europe on the Europe trip, but somewhat interested. You know, see some ruins and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about it, but could be very cool. And Kenya, no burning desire, but somewhat. American Samoa, yeah, Pacific, American territory. I'm all for it. So definitely like to go. Let's see. Do another intermission. And I will be right back. Okay, guys and girls, I'm back. Okay, where did we leave off? We are got quite a few left. Probably about 100. Sierra Leone. Yeah, I don't know much about it. Turkey, somewhat reluctant. Yeah, I just don't know. Tukalo, just being an island nation, that sounds appealing to me. So, kind of like the Solomon Islands. Maybe not quite as much as them, more like about right there. India is somewhere I'm interested in, and I would love to go. It's like Pakistan. Yeah, I think I just want to go have a good time, and yeah, that's got to be one of the. It's definitely in the top group. A lot to learn, a lot to see. Just a lot going on. I don't know a lot about it. That's probably why I need to go. UK is. Well, I already have England and Wales up here, so I guess this is saying I'm here in spirit on some of them. Uganda, kind of like a Kenya or Tanzania. Åland Island, so that's going to be Finnish territory that speaks Swedish. Or they might be independent. No, I guess they're Finnish territory or Swedish. I'm not sure. They're kind of like near Sweden then on my list. Bosnia and Herzegovina. They don't jump out at me. If I was going to do a Europe trip, they're kind of like other European nations that I'm not going to go out of my way at this point to go to. But, I'll move Turkey up with those. Bhutan's interesting to me. I think I'd rather go to Nepal. I think Bhutan's kind of a hard place to go, and they're kind of strict and stuff. So really, they're kind of mad. I don't know if I want to deal with all that. I do want to go to Nepal, though. Kathmandu. Their flag should be easy to find. Yeah. Yeah, Nepal's where I would like to go. If there's any let's go now countries that just jump out at me. Curacao is a place I want to go. Curacao. Madagascar has been on my mind. Just the ecology is so interesting and unique. The geography is so unique. It's got kind of a connection with Melanesia, Polynesia, all these, the languages and the people and all this. It'd be interesting to explore. I think it's got a lot to do and see. Burundi's, I think it's the poorest country in the world. So, I mean, it's probably really affordable. So I can go uninterested. Right with, and then Rwanda. And some of these on the left, these are just because the State Department has them on level 4 advisory. But I guess same with Lebanon. I put Lebanon on my go-to list though. But I'd like to go to, well, Kish Island. That'd be cool. But you never know. I always wanted to go to Venezuela, but I don't know if I'd go these days. I don't think I would. Chile is great. Nature and people and just every biome you can think of, you'll find it. So I'd like to go back. I'd like to go to France. You know, sort of have a romantic view of France, but I don't know if I could ever live up to that. It's such a diverse country, though, and territory all around the world, you know. You'll see that with Mayotte. So I think that's near Madagascar. Pretty sure. Yeah. I'll put them with Madagascar. Seychelles, it's got to be just gorgeous. Love the flag. Indian Ocean. Djibouti. I don't know. Northern Mariana Islands, part of U.S. So let's go. Guernsey's interesting. No real burning desire to go, but I find it somewhat interesting. Same with Guam, with Northern Marianas Islands, very nearby. Yeah, Philippines is a place I really want to go. Never been, but it's sort of been my desired destination. Here's another part of France. I'm not even sure where that is, though. I think, oh, that's in the Caribbean. St. Bart's. That's Caribbean. Yeah, I think that'd be great. Put them with these two Caribbean nations. Antigua can go along with them. So can Barbados. Jersey is a little bit like Guernsey, I suppose. Brazil, I really want to go. I know that as of the 1st of this month, April 2025, no longer can go visa free. So that might hurt them a little bit for me, but I wouldn't mind getting a visa. Might be a blessing in disguise. You know, once you have the visa, you can go and come as you please. Maybe. You can always look at getting residencies for all these places and eventual citizenship. Some are going to be easier than others. Ecuador is cool. I gotta put that on. I've been, so maybe it's not let's go now. I don't know if I'm like not trying to run back to there for any reason, but it's good. It's good. Honduras, I do want to go. They got the American Air Force Base in Camayagua. French Polynesia is like one of those dream destinations. Just idyllic. Kiribati, I'm hearing about that. That's near Hawaii, and More Pacific Islands that I like. Same with Micronesia. Liechtenstein, no real burning desire. They're right between Austria and Switzerland on the map, so they can go there on the tier list as well. And Luxembourg can join them. Liberia, there's some interesting history there with the U.S. and I'm not trying to go like tomorrow, so somewhat interested. Malaysia could be a great destination. Live, work remotely, affordable, modern. So yeah, it's good in my book. Jamaica's good in my book. Let's go tomorrow. Ireland, I've been, had a nice time. I'd like to go back someday, so let's go. Belgium for Europe, not on my like absolute best, but I don't know if I want to go back. Chad was kind of a meh. Nui, cool flag. Pacific Island, someone interested. Egypt, no real burning desire. I'm interested in pyramids and stuff, history. That could be cool. Tunisia, the geography is interesting. Star Wars is filmed there. So, somewhat. Oman, I think, seems cool. Visa-free access. Could be an interesting alternative to Dubai. So, they can go like right here. Yeah, Sri Lanka seems like a very desirable place to go. I would like to check them out. Definitely, definitely. Saudi could be a bit draconian, but there's probably lots to see. Somewhat interested. And I think they've modernized quite a bit. U.S. Virgin Islands, I'm not trying to go like tomorrow. It's U.S. territory, so I got them in Let's Go Now. Caymans, not particularly interested in Caymans. Turks and Caicos, not particularly interested. British Virgin Islands, same thing. Falklands could be different, so somewhat interested. Maybe up here. Yeah. Interested. Vanuatu, Pacific Island, they also use citizenship programs. Let's go. South Africa, right now, I'm not really interested in them. I'm interested in their refugees. President Trump's opening up a refugee program to them, and I'm supportive of that. And who knows, there might be a new state there one day. I would support that because I don't like what's going on with the land appropriations and things like that. So we could expand, we could have new allies. That's a little bit of an out there, kind of on a limb, but I can see it happening. I've heard some talk about it even. Haiti is a do not travel because of the State Department's advisory. Yeah, Korea, I'd like to go. Let's go now. Let's go now. Let's go to Japan. Let's go now. Paraguay is a little harder to get to. I don't know if I'd really have any burning desire. Somewhat. I'm interested. Being a Latin country, Spanish speaking, could be fun. Puerto Rico, I've been wanting to go and check it out, see what it has to offer. Bermuda, a little bit less interested. Denmark, yeah, I'd like to go. I want to go to Copenhagen. I want to go to that area that's like hippies took over. That might be fun to see. Cambodia's on my list. Let's go now. I'm gonna look for any more let's go now countries that jump out at me. Poland, I want to definitely go. I want to go to Krakow. Albania, let's go now. They give Americans a year-long visa. That's the longest of any country. So that says something to me. European destination outside the EU. That appeals to me. Same in Montenegro. Okay, New Caledonia, another Pacific nation, part of France, really. That appeals to me. Vietnam's interesting to me. It's with Cambodia. Croatia for Europe, a little bit less. I heard it's getting too expensive. Finland. Might be too cold. I don't have a problem with the cold, just doesn't scream like desirable. Maybe somewhat. Let's go. Just not trying to go tomorrow. Northern Ireland. Yeah, for sure. If it's anything like Scotland and, well, I've not been in Scotland, but if it's anything like England and Wales, I would love it. Bangladesh, yeah, that's desirable for me. Morocco, somewhat. Tajikistan, yeah, because visa free and could be interesting. I think that could be part of my getting to all countries. That could be an easier one to get to and do an interesting YouTube video. Same with Mongolia. That's visa free. We could do an interesting YouTube video. Italy, yeah, I think it's a let's go. With Hungary and Slovenia. Thailand, desirable. Let's go tomorrow. Brunei, it's kind of meh. Kind of like Bhutan, just too draconian to all this stuff going on. And Kosovo's interesting, being not recognized by the whole world and just newer country. Could be some stuff going on. Could be cool. Tonga, South Pacific paradise. Let's go. Algeria, it's somewhat interesting. I'm not trying to go like tomorrow, but Cabo Verde appeals to me. So I would go. I would go like tomorrow and explore that country somewhat. Cook Islands, I don't know much about them. I just know the Pacific, so interested. Uzbekistan could be another cool video and experience, another visa free. So that makes it interesting to me. Maldives, just gorgeous Indian Ocean islands. So I'm down to go to that. Republic of the Congo, somewhat for the nature, and I don't know much about it, but I'm into rainforest stuff. Germany could be a cool Europe trip destination. I want to go to Berlin, so let's go. Let's go. San Marino. I feel like I'm not that interested in there being a micronation. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Sure, it's great. Sure, the people are great. Just not trying to go tomorrow. Gibraltar, I'm not really trying to go for any reason. If I was nearby in Spain, that'd be easy to get to. But Malawi's for Africa trip. I could put that with like a Tanzania and Uganda. Niger. Just don't know. Aruba, I've been wanting to go. It's an ABC along with Curacao, Bonaire. So Netherlands is Amsterdam is somewhat interesting, but they seem to crack down on people just having fun. And Amsterdam had some crime when I was there, so yeah, I'm not really trying to go back like tomorrow. So Reunion, Indian Ocean island would be cool. Bahrain, yeah, I just at this point, I'm not super motivated to. Faroe Islands, no, not super motivated. So here's the Caribbean. This might be, I don't know which, if that's Sabah or Bonaire, somewhere there. So yeah, somewhere I want to go. And Tuvalu, people have made YouTube videos about it. If I'm trying to do every country, obviously it's one of them, but nothing there that was screaming, just had to go. Togo, Angola. Some of these countries might be difficult to get to. I'm just not really sort of what I'm looking for at this point, but maybe someday. Colombia, yeah, that's another let's go now. Fiji just seems incredible, beautiful. So let's go. Let's go now. Iceland's got some cool, interesting stuff. hot springs and glaciers. Reykjavik seems like a fun place. I'd like to go now. Lithuania, I've got some heritage from there. So let's go now. Cyprus. Yeah, a lot going on there. I know it's divided between 3 nations. Cyprus, Northern Republic of Turkish Cyprus, Northern Cyprus. And then the British military is there. Not dying super tomorrow to go. Isle of Man appeals to me. I think could be a fun time. That was another Iraq's part of that level 4 advisory. Guadeloupe, Caribbean, France. Somewhat. I think there's other places in the Caribbean I'd rather go, such as Montserrat. I've been interested in going there. I know they had a lot of destruction with the volcano, but that's kind of the reason I want to go, just to see, maybe even go into the exclusion zone. I don't know how to make that happen, the legality of it, but so here's St. Martin, France. We could put them with St. Martin. They're just together, so Mauritius seems like that's a good spot. Macau, yeah, could be awesome with casinos and part of, with China. Could be like a dream destination. Western Sahara, kind of a meh. I'm not even sure if that's safe, honestly. I'm not even sure if you could safely travel there. I mean, I think it's actually, part of it's with Morocco and part of it's with a breakaway. I'll put no for now. I need to research them. Antarctica, I'm not just dying to go there. At least I'm not sure yet. Don't know. Bolivia, I'd sure like to go. I gotta get a visa. That being said, somewhat interested. Just gotta get the visa. Martinique, another Caribbean spots. Indonesia is, that's a bucket list. Like, let's go now. Bali, and just another Southeast Asian place that I want to go. Laos is the Southeast Asian I'm not really trying to go to right now. But Philippines and Indonesia, Taiwan, yes, that was let's go now. There's a few more nations. Not sure yet. I'm sure these are all great places, great people, lots to do. Just not ready to go yet. Each one of these countries we could do a YouTube video, learn a lot, get a lot of exposure, have a lot of fun. It's just a matter of when and how much I want to go. Yeah, Cyprus, I'm just thinking like I'm reluctant for some reason. Maybe Turkey. I'm just reluctant for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, Greenland. We really need Greenland. We need Greenland. International security and U.S. security. So that's something that we're working on in this country. And I'm believing it's going to happen because we need that for international security. I'm standing with Trump on that. And I'd like to put out a YouTube video explaining my rationale. Singapore, that's kind of a no. Then again, I've heard such good things about it, so somewhat interested. I think I'd rather go to Malaysia, its neighbor. Lesotho could be close to the parts of South Africa that need help. Somewhat interested in Slovakia. Yeah, it could be like Czech Republic, Czechia, because I'd say they're somewhat similar, so it could be a lot of fun. I've heard great things about Prague. I want to go to Prague. Norfolk Island, yeah, interested. It could be cool if we do the Australian trip. Christmas Island, Norfolk Island, Cocos Islands, it's all Australia. So we can do it like that. Norfolk, I think, is Australia. It might be New Zealand. Need to check on that. Wallace and Fortuna, I think this is the least used emoji I saw, the least used flag emoji, or at least one of them. That could be just who goes there. Is that Antarctic almost? It's just a dream destination for sure. If you can actually get there, it could be life-changing. Zimbabwe, somewhat interested. Jordan, that'd be cool to do along with Israel when you're in the area. I don't know, they allow, once you have Israel in your passport, I'm not even sure if you can. But yeah, I wouldn't choose that over any country that doesn't allow you because you have Israeli stamps. I would rather just not go and then go to Israel. Libya, yeah, that's likely one of those countries too. I'm gonna say, if it's not a level 4, I'm just gonna say meh. Namibia could be some cool things to see there and do. I'm interested. Coming down to the last one, Moldova, and I'm gonna say, let's go now. Moldova and Transnistria, I would love to go to both of those places. So there we have it. We went through 250 countries and territories. And I think the heaviest weighted category was let's go now. So we got lots of destinations. I'll read off the let's go now. Philippines, Argentina, Spain, Colombia, St. Martin and St. Martin, Romania, Scotland, Northern Ireland or Northern Ireland, Portugal, Lebanon, which I know that was on that travel for advisory, so with somewhat hesitation on that. Malta, Monaco, Samoa, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Czechia, Slovakia, Uruguay, American Samoa, Palau, Micronesia, Taiwan, Marshall Islands, Dominica, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana, Israel, Guatemala, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Belize, Panama, Australia, New Zealand, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Nepal, Aruba, Curacao, Madagascar, Mayotte, Northern Mariana Islands, Guam, Honduras, French Polynesia, Kiribati, or Kiribati, I believe it's pronounced, Jamaica, U.S. Virgin Islands, Japan, South Korea, Puerto Rico, Fiji, Denmark, Cambodia, Vietnam, Lithuania, Poland, Albania, Montenegro, Tonga, Thailand, Cabo Verde, Caribbean Netherlands, Iceland, Montserrat, Macau, Indonesia, Moldova. The Let's Go category: Malaysia, Brazil, Isle of Man, Maldives, Ecuador, Chile, Paraguay, Armenia, Oman, Peru, Estonia, North Macedonia, Seychelles, Hungary. Let's move up. Italy, Slovenia, Bahamas, El Salvador. Might move them down. Grenada, Rwanda, Anguilla, France, Iceland or Ireland, Germany, Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Finland, Wallis and Futuna. Interested countries: Namibia, Cook Islands, Réunion, Falkland Islands, Serbia, UAE, Equatorial Guinea, Norway, Mauritius, Comoros, El Salvador, Latvia, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Uzbekistan, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Bart's, Kyrgyzstan, Nigeria, Vatican City, Timor-Leste, Sao Tome and Principe, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Burundi, Christmas Island, Norfolk Island, Cocos Islands, Bolivia, Kosovo. These are going to be somewhat interested. Bolivia, Kosovo, Morocco, Greece, Andorra, Austria, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Åland Islands, Sweden, Bulgaria, Republic of the Congo, Croatia, Luxembourg, Egypt, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Solomon Islands, Hong Kong, Singapore, China, Azerbaijan, Kuwait, Tanzania, Malawi, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Uganda, Botswana, Tajikistan, Mongolia, Papua New Guinea, Ethiopia, Tokelau, Pitcairn Islands, Eswatini, Kenya, Trinidad and Tobago, Jersey, Guernsey, Liberia, Niue, Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Lesotho, and Zimbabwe. Don't know countries: Bermuda, Netherlands, Cyprus, Faroe Islands, British Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, Cayman Islands, Belgium, San Marino, Nauru, St. Pierre and Miquelon, Gibraltar, Bahrain, Qatar, Niger, Sierra Leone, Gabon, Gambia, Eritrea, Cameroon, Senegal, Benin, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Cote d'Ivoire, Zambia, Mozambique, Mauritania, Djibouti, Tuvalu, Togo, Angola, Antarctica, reluctant, Laos, Turkmenistan, Cuba, and Turkey, Meh, South Africa, Bhutan, Jordan, Brunei, Chad, and Libya. U.S. State Department Travel Level 4 Advisory, do not travel, was Ukraine, Belarus, Myanmar, South Sudan, Sudan, Burkina Faso, Mali, Somalia, Central African Republic, Afghanistan, DR Congo, Yemen, Iran, Venezuela, Syria, Haiti, and Iraq. No or not applicable: Western Sahara, British Indian Ocean Territory, Russia, North Korea, and Palestine. Okay, some of these could be arranged a little differently. I could take a look and rearrange these a little bit. But, you know, for the most part, this pretty much captures my feelings about where I want to travel and when. The ones I'm most excited about are going to be these Let's Go Now. So these are places that have been on my mind to travel to for the most part. But then again, you know, Brazil's up there, but with the new visa restriction, I had to move it down. There's exceptions to all of these. Again, more countries could have joined these bottom two tiers. I'll probably update this a little bit. Just being that some countries don't allow Israeli stamps. I'm sure Jordan's, it's probably just as good a place to go as Egypt, Kuwait. But I'll have to go over this with a fine-tooth comb. A lot of the reasons some countries are lower, or they're more restrictive, could be political reasons, could just be culturally. I don't know a lot about them in the case of some of the Islamic countries. I'm sure they're fine. I'm not sure how to approach it. Like I said, I love all these countries. I love everybody. It's just a matter of my experience, my approach, and one day maybe I'll be able to visit all of these places. I hope you can be along for the journey. If you subscribe to my channel, keep up with what I'm doing. It's going to help the channel a lot. I can bring a lot of great content. So please subscribe, like the video. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did, and be looking for a follow-up. But for now, I'll be signing off. Thanks for watching, and